me, Ellen. So I wanted to make a video that's like a writing update. I'm gonna try not to make this a personal update. I always end up rambling on about my personal life and just like my life in general towards the end of the video. I'm gonna try not to do that this time, but I always end up doing it. So just prepare yourself. Feel free to just X at it if you don't want to hear my personal life. Because I feel like I might end up doing that. So if you hear anything, there's a school down the street from my house is currently having their like pickup. Like right now, probably for the next like 30 minutes. So if you hear anything, it is probably that. And also I might have to stop filming this and refilm it later if my grandmother ends up coming over before I told her to come over, which is a possibility. So writing update. I've not been working on the Daughter of Carridwen a ton. I've been saying I will, or that I am, but I'm not. I'm trying to increase my word count the most that I can. I'm trying to get to at least 60k by around the 20th of November. November is NaNoWrimo, which is National Novel Writing Month, and I'm trying to boost up my word count by another 10,000 words. It is currently at 56,227 words, and I'm trying to get to at least 60 to 65,000 by the end of the month. That is like my word count goal. I like kind of size my book by like 6x9, like I guess like size wise, like margins. Usually I think the typical, like when you open like a Word document, is like 8.5 by 11 or like by 9 by 11 or something, or like 9 by 12. But mine is about 6x9, so it is like small. I don't know if you can see, you can't see that, but like there's a lot less on each page. It's like smaller. It's weird. The pages are smaller, so there's less text on the page, and it increased the word count by a lot. And that was because I did that so I could get it printed in like a manuscript form. Just let me get that. You're sitting on my lap right now. Sorry. I did that so it wouldn't be like, so it'd be smaller. So like basically it's like this size, and like a normal like writing document that's like 8 by like 11, it'd be bigger pages with like more on the page basically. These are just like smaller margins, I guess is the only way I can really explain it. I really don't know how I'm explaining it. It's kind of weird. Oh great, there's kids running on my property. Shut up, children. I'm trying to film a video. And so I did that to the document so I could print it out, and so it wouldn't look all wonky, which is why it's margin wise it's weird. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it because I didn't enter author mentor match, and for that I had to like give them the manuscript and like in that form. I don't know if I want to keep it like that or if I want to change it back. I had to go through the document and like change some things, like move around things, so like it like shifted down a little bit on the page, and I had to go through each page, each of the like almost 300 pages, and like do that, which takes a really long time. I'm also debating just keeping it. I don't know if I want to do that or not. I might keep it like that and like tell them that it's like that, and if they want me to change it, I'll go through and I'll change it. But if they're like cool, like keep it like that, I'll read it, or if they want to change it themselves, they can do that. I think I'm just gonna keep it. They tell me to change it, I'll change it. I made some maps. I found this. I searched far and wide on the internet, and I finally found the right software for me, and I made a map of my world. I made one of each of the individual like continents, and then I made one of the specific one that the story takes place on, just the first book. If there's a second book that I end up writing in the series, it will jump around to a bunch of different continents. We won't just stay on this one continent. We'll go and jump around to a bunch of the other ones because there's like 8 more. But for the first book, for this one, it takes place on one continent. And I made like a specific one just for that. And for the very specific areas that the characters go to in the book. And also this like secret village place that they go to. That's very important. It's a very important place. And then I think, I don't know if I've mentioned this a bunch. I'm trying to see people who are parking from my driveway. Sorry. I don't know if I mentioned it on here, but I mentioned it in my blog a lot. But I'm republishing my self-published novel, mostly at the request of my. story. I'm doing it mostly at the request of my dad, because the first incarnation of it that's out right now is, ugh, it's not very edited. It's not edited very well. It was just edited by me, because I was a baby writer back when I wrote that and edited it, and it's horrible. The grammar, like the actual story, is not horrible. It's the grammar is, ugh. And a lot of family members have read it, so there's that. My dad just wants to get like a better, more polished version out in the world, just so I can have a better sample of my work out there if someone does choose to buy it. Um, and it is going to have a new title and a new cover. I love the new title and cover. The new title I've already announced on my blog, so I'll just go announce it here. I don't know if I've announced it here yet. I don't know. But it's The Girl of Fire and Iron. The cover so much. It's actually a picture I found on the internet. Internet. I found it on Pinterest, and it did have credit, I think. I don't even know, but I just found this really random picture on Pinterest that I really liked. Um, and I'm also going to be including something else in that. I actually wrote a companion to this book. So it's originally titled Bound by Blood and Written in the Stars. Way too long of a title. Don't know why I ever titled it that. That was the worst title I could have ever given it. It's way too long and complicated, and no one wants to say it. My sister's ex-boyfriend, back when they were dating, they're still like sort of friends, but he likes to call it the Babowitz. You think that's funny? It's whatever. But it was too much of a mouthful, so I changed the title to Girl of Fire and Iron, which I like so much better. I feel like it just fits the book better. It fits the main character better. And so yeah, I wrote that in 2016. Um, in the summer of 2016, the year before, the summer before my senior year of high school, and I graduated from high school last May, like this past May. And so I ended up writing a companion novel to it that is set a couple hundred years before Bound, and I like it a lot more. It's a lot more humorous. I'm debating whether or not to just put like an excerpt in there, or to post like a few chapters, or whether to include the whole book, because then I'd have to go through and edit that. I feel a lot more confident in that one. Like the writing is a lot better in that one. And it's so much more humorous. That is like my most humorous book. I've never before that, all my other books were just so like dreary and like sad and not humorous, but this book was actually super funny. I really liked it. Especially the conflict and like the exchanges between my main character and the antagonist were just hilarious. And I really liked that book. I would definitely be changing if I do put the whole thing in there. Not only is it going to double the size of the book, I'm not even sure how long the book will be, but it will also be a bigger book. God. And I had to rewrite the entire ending. The ending kind of sucks. Um, and that's kind of like my little side project right now that I'm working on. My dad is actually editing Bound right now for me. Yeah, that's right. My dad is editing it for me. He is just like super into getting this book out there in the world again. And I'm kind of just going with it because it's given me like a good distraction from The Daughter of Caradwyn while I'm just trying to take a break from it. I am trying to write more of The Daughter of Caradwyn. I'm trying to make it longer for NaNoWrimo, as I've mentioned before. And I'm going to get it reprinted again. Probably not in manuscript form. This is just like for a manuscript. Probably in a bound form, like paperback form, possibly hardback. I kind of want to see what it would look like in hardback. But for The Daughter of Fire and Iron, it will be out in hardback right now. That is what I want. It will be out in hardback. We'll have a dust jacket and everything. It's going to be so pretty. I'm actually really excited. It's going to be so amazing. I'm just so excited to see it in hardback. And we're probably going to order a proof copy and paperback, possibly, just to see what it looks like. Although we might order it in hardback just so we can like see what the finished version of the hardback will look like. But there's like a few formatting issues right now that I'm trying to take care of with my dad, as well as like grammar. It's mostly grammar is what I want to take care of. I'm probably going to end up rewriting a little bit of it, just because I wrote it like almost 2 years ago, so it's a bit cringy. But overall, like I like the like overall story. It's the first novel I ever like wrote and finished, so it's important to me. And I have two paperbacks of it from the old version of it still in my possession. My parents have one. Two I have. One is mine. It's signed to me. Oh yeah. One is signed to my sister. My parents have one. My grandmother has one. Um, my cousin and his wife, his now wife. Oh, I'm so excited to say wife. They have one that she was gonna read. His wife was gonna read. I don't know if she's read it yet. My cousin, like my aunt and uncle, they have one. Some of my friends have one. Two of my friends actually bought them, like off the website after the fact and had me sign them, which was like kind of a starstruck moment a little bit. But yeah, I'm really excited to have this book out in the world. Um, yeah, I mean, it's the first book I ever finished, so it's kind of important to me. I've tried to write books before it, and it's never. I actually tried to write a dystopian book once. I got like 2 chapters in and was like, this book sucks. Like dystopian. I know people are like, oh, you just didn't like keep at it. You just try to do it again. Like maybe it'll click. No, like I knew from like that second chapter that dystopian was not a genre that I needed to be writing in. Like it's just not my genre. Neither is contemporary. I have tried, and so, I actually am sort of working on a thriller. I really do want to write. Like I actually really want to write it, but it's just it's going along pretty slowly. I'm also working on a poetry collection, so there's that. That'll be interesting. I don't know when that'll be up, or if it'll ever be up, but there's that. I'm also working on a middle grade, sort of ish, kind of like still kind of outlining it a little bit, hammering out some of the details. Um, but I'm hoping I can do that. So we'll see. Uh, so yeah, that's what's going on. NaNoWrimo, I've already mapped out my entire month as I always do on my shiny calendar. Um, but I'm gonna have a few things that I'm gonna be going on in the month, like Niarhos. I'll be not probably riding on that Friday and Saturday like at all, but on the ride there and back to Nashville, I'll probably be riding in the car. It's like an 8-hour drive, so I'm gonna be getting hopefully a lot done. I'm possibly gonna let someone else read this. I'm gonna try to see if my friend who has been super busy, if she'll read this and see, just maybe read a little bit of it and just tell me what she thinks. Like it's a little bit nerve wracking. I don't want to be there with her when she's reading it, but at the same time, I really want her to read it, and it's like the only time she'll be able to read it. If when she's not driving, of course. If her friend wants to read it, like go for it. Maybe I think either her mom or 2 other friends are coming with us. Not sure. But I'm really excited for that. And I'm excited to keep working on this. I'm excited for author mentor match, but I have to wait like 3 weeks to find out more about that, which is a little bit nerve wracking, as I've probably mentioned many times before. But I am really excited for it. Honestly, like super excited. I'm excited to get paired up with a mentor. I think that's gonna be really good for me. Mostly one of the things I think I really need to work on is my query. I need a good query. My query is not super strong, but they had us send like our like query, our like rough query with on the first 10 pages and a synopsis of our book. I either know the first like 50 pages or 3 chapters, whatever's longer. First 50 pages was longer for me, so I sent that. I'm very excited to see what people think. I'm so nervous. I'm gonna get like a published author's like opinion on my book, which is like big for me, you know. And I kind of hope I get. There's like one specific mentor. You're about to pick 4 mentors out of like the bunch on your form for who you would like to be paired with, and I'm really hoping I get paired with one of them in particular, Emily A. Duncan, whose book is coming out. Something Dark and Holy. Is that what it's called? Something Dark and Holy. Her book is coming out in 2019, and I've been following her on like Instagram and Twitter for a while and seeing her tweet about her books. And I'm like super in awe of her and her like writing ability, and like I just kind of really hope I get paired with her. Because I feel like we have sort of maybe similar books. We both kind of write like high fantasy. I don't know what kind of like mythology. I know her book is inspired by some sort of mythology. Not exactly sure what, but mine is Celtic and Welsh mythology. Um, a Celtic and Welsh goddess is like in the title of the book, Caradwyn. So that's important to me. We'll see. I'm excited, honestly. I'm kind of obviously I'm still nervous of like waiting the next 3 weeks. I've been like following the tag and like seeing some of the mentors like talk about the submissions that they're reading and like they're excited, and I'm just like, what, they're talking about mine. So that's all for this writing update. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see the title, you know the title, the cover for the new cover for Bound, that will be being republished later this year or early next year. That is on my blog, www.niarhosauthor.wordpress.com. I'll leave it down below in the description box if you want to go check that out. It is the newest writing update, the 27th, 10/27/17. I hope I wrote 17, maybe I wrote 16. I hope I didn't write 16. It'd be so embarrassing. But it's a writing update for the 27th of this month, October. So it should be the first thing that pops up on the homepage. If you want to go check that out. Thank you so much for watching. I don't know if I've already said that. I gotta go. Gotta keep working on my books. Bye, guys.